The sun baked the suburban street, but the heat did not stop Titan and Alex from staring at the fence. The bike leaned against the wood, its metal parts reflecting the glare. Titan moved closer, his boots crunching on the dry grass, his eyes fixed on the handlebars. Alex stayed a step behind, shifting his weight from one foot to the other. He glanced at the empty windows of the house, then back at the bike. Titan reached out, his hand hovering inches from the grip. He scanned the street. No neighbors, no cars, just the rhythmic ticking of the cooling frame. With a sharp tug, Titan pulled the bike away from the fence. "Get on," he whispered. Alex scrambled onto the back pegs, his fingers locking onto the frame. They pushed off. The tires hit the pavement with a smooth, satisfying hum. They picked up speed, the wind rising as they wove through the driveway gaps. The thrill of the theft hit them at once, turning their initial hesitation into a reckless, rapid pace toward the corner. The corner of Elm Street approached too fast. Titan leaned into the turn, his weight shifting, but the tires hit a thick patch of loose gravel. The back wheel fishtailed, snapping sideways with a violent jerk. Titan fought the handlebars, muscles tensing, but the momentum was too great. The bike skidded across the asphalt, tires screaming against the surface. It slammed into the concrete curb with a bone-jarring metallic screech. Both boys flew over the frame, hitting the grass in a tangle of limbs and sliding to a sudden, jarring stop. The silence that followed was absolute. They scrambled up, breathing hard, hearts hammering against their ribs. Titan knelt by the curb. A jagged, deep scratch ran across the frame, a silver scar against the paint. The rear fender was crushed inward, twisted into a sharp, jagged angle. Alex stared down, his hands trembling as he reached out, then pulled back. The reality of the moment hung heavy in the air. The bike was broken, and the street was no longer empty. The weight of what they had done pressed down on them, colder than the pavement they had just hit. They dragged the bike back to the fence, their movements frantic and clumsy. Titan grabbed the fender, pulling with all his strength, but the metal only groaned. It stayed twisted. They wiped the dust and scraped paint with their palms, desperate to hide the silver gashes, but the damage remained glaring. That night, the kitchen felt small. Titan pushed his peas around his plate, his fork scraping the ceramic with a sharp, rhythmic ping. Alex sat frozen, his eyes fixed on the floorboards, refusing to look up. Every sound in the house seemed magnified. The hum of the refrigerator, the ticking of the wall clock. The heavy silence between them was a physical weight, thick and suffocating. They both knew the truth was waiting just outside. Then, a sharp, steady knock echoed through the hallway. The sound cut through the air like a blade. Titan stopped chewing. Alex looked up, his face pale. They stood in unison, the chairs scraping harshly against the floor. They walked toward the front door, the distance feeling like miles. When the door swung open, Marcus stood on the porch, his eyes hard. He held the bike by the handlebars, the mangled fender catching the porch light. He did not say a word, but his gaze demanded an answer they were terrified to give. Marcus stood on the porch, his hand tight on the handlebars, the damaged fender catching the dim light. The world outside seemed to hold its breath. Titan watched the metal, then looked up at Marcus. The silence stretched, pulsing with the weight of the lie they had kept. Titan felt the air thin in his lungs. He could stay silent, or he could break. He took a sharp, jagged breath, his knuckles turning white as he gripped the doorframe. "We took it," Titan said, his voice low but steady. "We crashed it on the corner." The admission hung in the air, raw and final. Alex stepped forward, moving out from the shadow of the hallway. He looked directly at Marcus, his face set. "I am sorry," Alex added. "We should have asked." The tension that had defined the house for powers seemed to snap. Marcus did not yell. He did not pull the bike away. Instead, he let out a long, slow breath, his grip on the bike loosening until his fingers relaxed. The crushing weight that had been pressing against their chests lifted, replaced by a sudden, sharp clarity. They had stopped running from the truth. Marcus looked at them, his expression shifting from hard to something else. "I am just glad you told me," Marcus replied. "I thought someone had messed with it on purpose." That Saturday, the driveway became a workspace. Titan and Alex pulled out their saved allowance. Their hands busy with the tasks ahead, Marcus provided the tools, his movements methodical as he showed them how to align the frame. They spent 3 hours under the sun, sanding away the rough edges, layering fresh paint, and tightening every loose bolt. The work was slow. It required patience. They focused on the metal, the rhythmic rasp of sandpaper against the frame filling the silence. As the sun began to dip, the final bolt turned into place, locking the fender firm. The bike sat upright, restored to its original shape. They stepped back, looking at the result of their labor. The scratch was gone, replaced by a smooth, uniform surface. The heavy burden of the secret had vanished, replaced by the reality of their work. They had learned that a hidden mistake is a heavy weight. But the truth is, the only way to truly fix what is broken. They looked at each other, the lesson settling deep. They had made the right choice, and that was the only thing that mattered.